Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just finished making my famous banana bread and I souped it up this time. I
Does that mean
added
you added like a shit ton
what?
of extra thingies to it?
Yeah, but not like influencer crazy. Like I added okay, so like those Hershey's Nuggets thing with like the toffee and everything.
No.
I, they're like they make these little like like the toffee and the chocolate ones. Like they make them into little nugget ones. So like I took three of those and I chopped those all in half and I threw that in there with the walnuts and like the nutmeg and a little cinnamon and it's banger. It didn't rise crazy, but it's like biscotti size. So it's like it's just cool like that.
So you need like an extra strong espresso to go with it.
Well, yeah, and I got this Hawaiian coffee that like if I don't put the two rounded teaspoons, it gets all watery and stuff. So like, but that with either that or the chai tea, I'm set for
Mm.
weeks. For
Oh,
weeks,
that's
it's
so
like that.
good.
So yeah, how you doing? What'd you eat today? What are you sipping on? Is that just water?
It's a little sparkling lime water from the drugstore because that is the cheapest place for me to find sparkling water in this
Oh,
area.
really? You're not a Perrier type of person, like specific
No,
brand.
I would buy like cases of club soda because that was cheaper than
Oh,
sparkling water. I
yeah,
was like, if it's fizzy, like that's fine.
right.
Um, but yeah, I definitely had a habit of having too many casual beers or like
Yeah.
casual sodas. And I'm like, no, I just want that, like, if I have something that's cold and fizzy, that like scratches the itch. So,
I'm a I'm stupid. Like I have to have like my fix of sugar in whatever it is. So if
mm,
it's club soda and there's no sugar, it's like garlic to a vampire.
yeah.
Like
Oh, it tastes
but
like absolutely nothing. Yeah.
I'm like, there's nothing here. Like I feel the same way about fruit juices that are like it's like I just got a watermelon juice and I looked at the back and it's
Mm.
like, 70% high fructose corn syrup, 20% apple juice, 30% grape. And then I drink it and it's like, at least the aftertaste tastes like watermelon. Like but other than
Yeah.
that, it's just water and like whatever. But
Yeah.
shit. Okay. Sorry, let me get this show on the road. We got a
Okay.
couple cool things lined up. I
Yeah,
got
thank you for inviting me to do this.
Oh, no problem. You're the first lady of the show. We haven't done one of
Haha.
these in like 3 years or 2 years or something. But
Wow.
I figured it was uh important enough. A milestone, if you will, to get you on the shindig. So
Yes, I mean it's only natural since we work together, so
exactly, we made a freaking banger, and I think it crossed some sort of crazy threshold, which I'll let you know about later. But
okay.
we are here with a icon of our time, Miss Haley Stewart. She is a vocalist. She's a producer. She's a streamer. She did all freaking genres. If you pay attention, she did all the things, or a lot of them. A lot of them so far. And I'm just glad to have you here for the interview because I got hella questions. I thought I wasn't gonna have that many, but I got a lot. So
Damn. I'll do my best.
yeah. Oh yeah. Happy birthday recently. This goes with
Thank
my
you.
first question.
Thank
And
you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. What an introduction.
you're very welcome. I make sure to like, I I
Gas them
over
up.
I over gloss and then I solidify. So
Mm.
here's the first question. Growing up, what kind of kid were you? Were you like one of those girls who like bugs and shit? Did you like like, ooh, that sounds cool. I'll put it on a stick on a
Um,
shoebox.
yeah, I definitely was the sort of kid who I would go through a lot of phases of whatever my like obsession was, which I realize is just a normal kid thing.
Yeah,
So I
do
had a
that. Just do
phase
it all of
where, yeah,
it.
I I had a phase where I was really into fish, for example.
What kind
Like,
of fish? What started it off?
um, that's a fantastic question. It's probably because my friend who was moving gave me her old like beta, like Siamese fighting fish.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, this is so cool. Hey, I want other fish too. And so it started off just like going to, I guess, like the pet store and being like, what are all these different exotic fish? Where do they come from? Where are they originally from? And then I became obsessed with like saltwater fish. And when Finding Nemo came out, I was like, I know all these fish. I can't
I
really remember
like the
most of
Dennis
them like
Leary fish.
now. I'm like, oh, is that a yellow tang? We have a yellow tang represented here. Wow.
That's great.
Um, but yeah, like I was the sort of kid who I floated between a lot of like different friend groups in school. I feel like every year I had different friends like trying to find my people, but I also
Like the
was happy
girl
to spend a
squad.
lot of time alone, and that's
Yeah.
why I gravitated towards music because I'd be like you get hit with a little bit of like restlessness or whatever. You're like, well, I can go entertain myself. I'm gonna go like
Right.
bang out some songs real quick.
So like get into that part. Was it like because it's like I did the same thing, but it wasn't like a part of my nature. Like in the beginning, I was like, oh, I'm a people person. Oh, I want to be friends with everybody. And then like after so many meetings with the committee, I had to like go back to the room and be like, well, fuck, this is what I actually want to do. This is what I want to do. Nobody wants to, you know. And
Mm.
then, you know, it got to that place where like I had to get good with it. Did it ever get to a place where like, yeah, you're cool doing your own thing in your own time, but then there was something that happened where you had to just kick up the notches and go full producer with the title and the name and the like
Ah,
know it.
that where it like left hobby mode and into
Yeah, like oh,
more
I've been spending a lot
serious.
of time doing this. It's already nighttime.
Um, I think it was probably over like pretty soon after, I think still, so towards the end of high school is when I was starting to put everything on SoundCloud and I was just like collaborating with whoever like found me and was like, "Hey, this is really cool. Do you want to sing on a song?" And I'd always be like, "Okay, probably, unless it's really bad." But I still did a lot of bad
If
things,
it
but
goes over 5 out of 10, you know,
yeah,
I give
yeah.
it a shot.
I was like, I was a girl who couldn't say no. What can I say? And then it wasn't until I started to work with Jared from Dead Astronauts. He like asked me if I wanted to sing on a track, and that's like all it was supposed to be. And then he asked if I wanted to join the band, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, that sounds
well, yeah,
official.
this is serious." Like, and this also sounds really fun to like have a official ongoing thing that I would be doing.
Right.
And then it wasn't until the producer that he was working with who did the very first Dead Astronaut single, which is what is it
What was
called?
that?
Favorite Lover, Dead
Oh,
Astronauts theme.
I was like, she must have made that. I was
No,
like-
that's the one song I didn't. Yeah, it wasn't until that guy was like clearly just, this wasn't his passion to be producing for this like weird artist dude's passion project. But
yeah,
I was super into it. And so I was like, hey, I produce, like I can really, if I buckle up, I think I can rise to the occasion of making some like good tracks. So
it's great. That's like Gangstar, you know? It's like Premier was like third dude in, you know? There's another DJ, he quit, went to the military, and you know, you're taking the reins. That's dope. So what was the
mhm.
first song like you did when you're like, you know, in the producer driver's seat?
Oh, that's hard to say because we made so many like around the same time, but like the EP that immediately followed, um, I guess it was B-side was the very first demo I probably sent to him that
Oh, sick.
I was like, this is my weird little freaky thing that I made. And
I gotta ask you a clutch question. How much did it take back in the day with SoundCloud like views and plays where you're like, I did something. This one's blowing up crazy. Was it like 2,000 views or like
I
300? You're
have
like, yeah,
I think I have no idea because like I don't know what numbers were normal back then. I think there were
it's
like
like
some producers that I
7,000.
saw and I was like anytime there's something abbreviated into a K, I was like that's legit. Like
Oh, like, oh yeah, so subtract and freaking like the no vowels, like all caps, different names with the underscores and shit. God,
it
there were
was
so
like
many of them.
well, Yeah, I think anytime we breached or like approached like 1,000, I was like, this is crazy. It's hitting because I was used to maybe having like 121 plays, which I
Right. Or
think
I've
is
seen
also
one
still
80
normal
plays,
for.
80 plays. You're like, ah, you know what I
Oh yeah,
mean? Some of
yeah.
them were full songs you spent months on, or something. Just like, ah.
Yeah. And I was also like, yeah, it was such an early version of social media. Like I don't really think of SoundCloud as social media, but it still was. Like it was just
Yeah, it's
chatting
like it
so much
breached.
with people there and
Yeah. It's like it's weird. During that time, it was like I like picked sides. It was like Facebook or SoundCloud because every time I posted a SoundCloud thing on Facebook, it was like crickets. So like,
mm,
it was just crazy. I think I came across your songs when like I started putting up the hotline stuff on SoundCloud, and directly afterwards, always it would be the freaking Perturbator remix of the song you guys did.
mm,
I know there was four of them. I can't remember which one exactly, but I was like, man, this song's so fucking loud. Like every time it
mm.
comes on, it's like, ooh. I'm like, who's this dude with the glasses and who's this chick with the blonde hair? I don't know what it's about. I'm gonna see about it. But
Yeah.
that brings me to my next question. I guess, I don't know, maybe if this is the same sort of line of question, but I was thinking, I was like, what made you want to keep singing even though you're a producer and like you're trying to get better as a producer and stuff? Is it like something to do while you're doing this? Or is it like, do you pick times when you're going to be serious singer and then serious producer, depending
Mm.
on?
I think the way that I write music, it's very suited to vocals already. And I'm like, well, I'm right here.
Yeah, it's like, just do like, like, and you're all
hmm
good. I did that shit.
Yeah, it's hard because like I've released one instrumental release and I some of those songs I did write vocals for and then I deleted them at the end. I was like, it's not adding. I don't really know if I want to keep them.
Right.
And honestly, everything I've produced I think sounds really good without vocals. I should
Yeah, I
actually
used to be adamant about I'm a robot. I don't do vocals. I have to be the
mm,
most technological.
yeah,
But
you're like this is IDM.
I'll give you some credit on that one. Is that the Okia one? Because I feel like
Mm,
that one's a dope. It's dope in concept because I think it's like it's just consistent. And I feel
mm,
like as your entrance in this project, it's like it's a perfect real like opener. Kind of like a chick who's like shy and then getting to know you and stuff. That's what I thought
mm.
about before, like Mad But Soft and then the other one. It's like levels of like,
Well, it was interesting because
yeah.
like, well, thank you, by the way.
Everyone,
Okia came immediately after Mad But Soft. I feel like I released this like pop thing, and then I was like, wait, let me show you this other side of what I'm into. And
yeah,
like,
reintroduce myself.
yeah, I was like, you think you know me,
Right.
but yeah.
Do you think that you don't get enough credit for like the technological part of your producing sometimes when you do different accents or different shout outs to different referential points of retro things?
Um, I don't, not
Is that too
really.
crazy of a question?
Like
Too
the
deep
thing that
thought.
I've found is I always expect that because I reference so many different parts of electronic music
Yeah.
that it's going to be hard for some people to get into my entire catalog or like find something that they like. And there's definitely
Right.
some people that are more casual listeners who are like, I just know you from that song with Alex or like
Oh yeah,
Perturbator.
yeah.
And
Like
like that's
different one
their
shots like into the
yes.
thing. That's cool.
And I'm like, that's fine.
Right.
But then I've also been pleasantly surprised with just the different types of listeners that I have. Like I've played at a couple, it hasn't been a couple, yeah, a couple more like industrial or like goth leaning shows.
Oh,
And there's
okay.
always, it's actually really satisfying to have a diverse fan base where they'll hear like way more. like we're all kind of biased towards our certain influences. So they'll hear
Yeah.
more like Depeche Mode and more like Nine Inch Nails and stuff. And like they'll be able to draw comparisons from more like EBM. And then, you
Mm,
know, then there'll be people who are like obsessed with like 90s trance and they're like, oh my God, this is
right.
so like Saturday night or like, I don't know, more
I
like poppy stuff like that.
I feel like your shit has like it's just got like a good enough blend of like poppy things for people who only like that, and then like enough angsty stuff with the right things that make it still a part of like their neck of the woods still. So I
Mm.
feel like that's how you have like so many diversions of so many pure taste peoples that still like the thing. My favorite song of yours, I like that phone song. I
Ah,
told you
thank
before
you.
in the message when you do the Dio things and you do the, like there's like the main melodies and then there's like the cool like accent singy things. I like those things. Like
Thank you. Yeah, that song has changed. I should do a comparison video or something one day where it shows
what?
the demo where it started because that one actually
Oh,
had a lot of work from like other producers to like that like
oh, they
beefed
chipped in
it.
and do it.
Yeah, so I also kind of got that album is a good example of me relinquishing a little bit of control and
Yeah.
it being like a positive experience.
What was the last song where you're like, I controlled everything. Everything was as perfect as I wanted to make it, and it actually like hit the way you wanted to
Mm.
full force.
Oh,
Was it a collab
I
or a
think
solo?
I think like Webs is a pretty good example of that, but I'm starting to feel that way with my current album that I'm working on. Um, I mean, granted, I have had like I brought it over to my friend Nick Moses's place because he's like actually got a good little like home
Oh,
studio,
you can monitor it.
whereas I do everything on headphones, which is illegal.
Yeah.
And it's like my bass is usually very fucked up as a
All the
result.
way. Right. Because
So I go there because it's a place where like it's there's more of a culture of blasting music in his house, and I'm like, perfect, I'll go there. But
yeah,
he's
right.
added
Because the
nice,
apartment, you can't be like, nah, nah, nah. I mean, I
yeah,
do.
yeah,
But
old apartment with like very little soundproofing. So
oh,
I'm like, um, anyway, but he's like added so many cool ideas for like little moments, and like we've just like experimented and found some cool things, but it still very much feels like it's all in like it's all in support of the original like meat that's there.
okay, yeah, you're not trying to freaking do this and then drag it all the way over here, and it's not this anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I hate that type of shit. You know what I mean? You should add some like metal vocals on this and da 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 da. And it's like, bro, it's a chill song, like or shit
Yeah,
like
you're like,
that.
I brought it here when I'm like, I'm feeling like it's done. So,
Right. That's how, dude, every time I send something to somebody or whatever, I'm for sure at least like 93% to like 98%. I'm like, all right, please don't suggest any changes. I'll suggest like five changes. I'll be like, one of these are okay. I could see about that.
yeah.
But I got so many questions. Let me see. Okay, how did you actually start making music? Did you play an instrument before all this? Like, did you play guitar? Did you play piano? Or were you forced to do piano lessons and all that?
Um, my family never forced me into lessons. I basically I didn't really play an instrument. My I would go over to my aunt and uncle's house, and my uncle had like this giant old keyboard, and I thought it was so fun because it had like all the presets you
All
could
the
hit, and it would
presets,
do like
number 99, drums.
yeah, do the little like
Like,
samba, and then you could like change whatever like layers of synth sounds are on top. And I was like, this is so
it's great.
fun.
I had a Radio Shack
Um,
keyboard like that.
I still have it, which is great. A lot of the sounds on Nokia were made like with some of those synths.
That's
Anyway,
dope.
I
So you're just using the
digress.
MIDI on that and just like playing it, you know, how it plays back and stuff.
Um, I don't even think I used the MIDI. I think I just fully like
Oh, just
recorded
full
it.
recorded those sounds. That's in there. That's
Yeah.
sick.
So, yeah, I just started fucking around and then I was managing to bang out what sounded like passable songs, just like doing basic, like major or minor chords. And then my mom was like, "Oh, you should take lessons. Like this would be so good." And I hated them
Yeah,
so
why you hate? Was
much.
it the structure? Was it the time? Was it the patience? Was it
It was like all of the structure, and I was like, "Can we just get to doing the music? Like, I don't want to,
just play Freebird?
like, I don't care about all like any of this stuff." And it's like I'm playing like one note at a time. And I'm like, "No, I want to play many."
Oh,
And like I know, I just feel like if it was something that I had learned from the ground up, having no previous fun playing, I
right. You probably
maybe I'd be
appreciate
fine.
it.
If
But
I'd had true beginner's mind, but I had cocky child's mind.
you got like 3 years of like fiddling.
But also, I didn't realize, I don't think it was a Suzuki method class, but if I had learned something that was like a little bit more embracing the fact that everything that I was learning was like through ear,
Mhm.
that would probably be better for me versus I don't know.
I remember those old days. They just didn't like people who got it, the teachers never knew that they got it. They would just run you through the freaking like, the drills as it were.
Yeah, and I know it's
Certain
important.
teachers would pick it, but yeah. So,
Like, I understand why it exists, but my brain, like, I couldn't focus. I was like,
yeah, I
I
can't.
don't like it.
My mom says it's like a kinesthetic thing. You kinesthetic, Claire, like you have to like touch the stuff and smash the stuff to like actually know how it like, I gotta hear stuff and freaking touch stuff to
Yeah,
like know it, or else
it's
it's whatever.
it kind of reminds me of like playing a video game. Like, so many games back in the day didn't tell you
Oh,
how to play them. It just launched you in and you learned the controls as you played. And I think that's what like
exactly.
learning the keyboard was.
I just buttons and chain, and that would
And
that would teach you.
and I know that like I am missing out because I don't have a lot of
All
those
background. Yeah.
skills,
Yeah.
but I'm also like, also I'm fine.
Yeah. Like I feel like, it's sort of like there's a couple things that I feel like have to be like kind of like engaged in order for your regular learning, like on your own path thing is just concurrent, concrete learning all the time. And it's like you got to be open to learning. You got to
Mm,
actually know how your learning thing works.
mm,
And then just like put your heart where the hands are for as long as a time as you can. And you'll get like Jedi stuff way faster than like because you got to read the book, then you got to apply it, then you got to see how it's done well, then you got to dub it up with that. But if you feel it and you know it's right and that feeling is true, that's to your soul, that's to your person.
hmm.
So you could just stack that up and get really good. But I mean, in theory, I don't know. Everybody learns
It
differently.
sounds good. That sounds legit.
Write a book or some shit.
There you go. Start your master class.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I will. I mean, I'm gonna charge like 500. I'm just kidding. Like, I'll teach you everything, like. But nah, it's that's a grip. I'm just kidding. I have another question. You've been indie for a long time now. How important is the DIY ethos to you? Is that a dumb question? A cool question.
Um, it's not a dumb question. I think I think like for me, it's obviously just been about the joy of making music, like having fun doing it, and then the integrity of like saying what I want to say with it and having it sound the way I want it to sound.
Yeah,
And my mindset has always been if like I find a label or anything that is down to like honor that, that's fine. But Also, it just literally, I feel like everything has been DIY because, well, A, like, it's not like there are labels like knocking on my door daily being like, please,
Come
we want to
on.
sign you and take
Yeah.
50% or more
Right.
or
Yeah.
worse of things. Like it has
Yeah.
happened and I've said no, but I also like, um, yeah, it just hasn't been like worth it to me because, um, I've had, I've had like various people at different stages of my life and my career, like make promises or
Oh yeah. The famous
really want
promises.
to really want to get involved with like how they see I should like steer myself and my voice and like my brand.
Mm,
And it's always given me the ick or I've been let down. So it's
taping
not that
something
I'm
to your
like
face.
it's not that I'm like completely closed off to the idea. It's
Mm,
just that there's been no there's not been anything that's been like enticing enough for me to
yeah.
run away from that.
Same here. I got played too many times by like, you know what's funny? It's like this whole time I've been like, I'll be the indie guy. Yeah, whatever against the majors. But when I got screwed by like three indie fools. And like they
Mm,
were all like family situations. But then I checked the thing, you know what I mean? Contracts book. They want to take Fool wanted to take sketch for $1. When I checked the fine print, it was like we're gonna give you $1 and you're
yeah.
gonna just hand that over. I was like, dude, this is stupid as hell. Like, I don't care what stipulation this is or branch or whatever. But yeah, no, it's just been a weird thing where like it never felt it never felt like how I was looking at it from the outside was really how I felt from the inside. So I mean, maybe that's just makes me not a team player at all. But like, like when I dealt with it the first time, there was like, oh, cool things are happening, cool things are happening. We're gonna do all this, we're gonna do all this. End of the month, I get hit with that bill.
Oh,
And then I'm just like, oh, I thought this is because you're nice and you believed in me. It's like, no, we're gonna need that right now. It's just
yeah.
like, oh my God. So, that's how I got my passport. But I got another question that's cooler than that. You have a vast taste in music as a DJ. Have you been collecting records this whole time, or was it like kind of LimeWire, kind of torrent, kind of like random thing on YouTube, stuck together, MP3 converted?
Oh yeah. It's a lot of sources. I was thinking about this recently how I used to be such a music discovery junkie like in high school and all of that was
Right machine.
pirated. All of
Yeah.
that was like torrented or
How
or
would you
like
how would you
free
torrent
download.
them? Like full albums or like full compilations of multiple artists, full albums stacked?
Um, at first, like when I was very young, it would just be like I was like, I just want this song. And then I started downloading full albums and then compilations and then digging into people's libraries and being like, what else do you have? Um,
Yeah.
and that's like I still do that.
Is it,
But
no, I'm just, I'm just
I also spend a lot of money on Bandcamp. Um,
some
but
bangers you can't get.
I do have like I still buy records even though my record player needs a new needle and it's like not actually set
Oh,
up. But like I can't help myself. Like, hold on a minute.
what
Let
do
me
you what do
show
you get?
you. This is my newest
What's
acquisition.
in your bag?
My newest one is, oh my gosh, is it just
Oh,
gonna be blurred out?
oh, it's abstract.
It's it's UTFO hanging
Oh, that's a
out.
classic record.
Yeah.
It's
And I
signed
think it
with the
was like, oh, what did I buy it for? I bought it for like $5 or something.
what? That's fucking crazy. I for sure seen that on YouTube. Like when I was hitting the random generator thing, I was like, "Oh, this is cool. It sounds like some shit I know somewhere."
And you
Like,
know where I first heard that song?
Where?
on the radio
On the radio?
recently.
Oh shit. Like what? Like a specific like soul funk radio or like smooth
Um,
jazz. Here's this one song.
I heard it on it's a show on a local college radio station called CIUT in Toronto. And there's a show every Tuesday morning called The Drill Squad. And they do kind of like history of hip hop and electro and freestyle. And they also have done like disco and then like
Shit.
techno, like old like stuff from the 80s.
Yeah,
And it's
that
so
Detroit
sick.
Cybertron shit.
Yeah. It's my favorite show on the radio. And that's where I heard UTFO and like,
That's great.
yeah, it's a good
Man.
educational program.
Well, you need those, like you need those that aren't just like your taste or your age bracket's taste, because you'll find those like generational bangers in the midst of like all that, you know?
Absolutely.
Um, Man, I got so many questions. So check it. I got, oh snap. It says I got 8 more minutes. I don't know if you want to hit the thing again, but I got hella more questions. I got like,
Okay.
okay, cool. I was like, I'm running out of time. Fuck that. You know? But you just figured I'd ask. Oh, I was gonna ask you about photography. I was like, um, I know you're into photography yourself, but why do you enjoy it? Can you draw as well? Do you have an
Ooh,
appreciation for the painterly?
for the painterly.
Yeah, the
Okay.
paints, watercolors and shit.
I guess I'll try to make this fit within 8 minutes.
Yeah.
But I went to college for photography, because I basically picked up my mom's old film camera and then fell in love with the process of seeing the world through a camera, which is
The real
it's
one.
literally like the most cliche thing of all time, but to actually like look through a lens and like see things differently, it's like very
It's,
addictive when you are a teenager or I don't know. It's really cool.
I could dig it. Are you talking about like the darkroom stuff with the red and the thing and all this?
Yeah, yeah, that was like a super fun part of learning. But yeah, I after I was shooting, I was like maybe I'll be a fashion photographer. And then that turned into maybe I'll do like portrait and photojournalism kind of stuff, but more about like internet subcultures, because that's a world that I kind of exist in and am interested in, and I feel like I can relate in some way.
That's dope.
So I like, yeah, I just also really enjoyed the process of working with other people and like composing images together and like having there be a vulnerable exchange. Um, because yeah, like going through photo school,
That's
you
dope.
learn what a like a gift it is when somebody lets you take their picture and like trusts you to portray them. And so
Yeah, that's fair. Right.
I was like, this is really cool, and I want to do a good job with this. And then I basically stopped really taking it seriously as like a creative path for me when I released my first record and was like, I need to pay my bills and feed one of my passions. And photography is not paying the bills, but retouching is. And music seems to be taking off a little bit. So I had to put the camera down and like I'll still do photos for people if they ask me sometimes. But it's just like, yeah, it's there. It's in the background, but I have to limit my hobbies, I think.
So you've never like, I feel like there's like a potential for like, you know what I mean? Like I thought for your last record, I was like, oh, she must have got her camera. This is how she does photograph things and like, you know. But what was that about? What was the process of like the not okay? shoot? Did
Oh
you
yeah.
get a super cool old analog photo thing, or you just let
Yeah.
you know?
So
Um,
my partner at the time, like he was also a photographer. Like we met in school and his whole bag was shooting like medium or large format film. And
okay,
so I had seen the Tarkovsky film Stalker and I was very inspired. And I was like, I want to do this whole like stalker style inspired photo shoot where we're in these sort of like modern ruins or yeah, overgrown areas with like kind of retro styling and then like slightly androgynous vibes.
I got that
And
like Black
so,
Sabbath vibe. You know that first record? He's just standing in the middle of like some foresty, like.
oh shit, I have, you know what? I'm not a big Black Sabbath listener, but now I want to see this cover.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's the debut record, but he's basically, yeah, he's in front of some like foliage.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
And I
goth
was
as
like,
hell.
that's it. So I mean, that's just dope. Like, because that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I feel like there's potential for like those worlds to cross and then enhance each other and stuff. So that's
Yeah.
why damn. Okay, let me
Oh, sorry.
oh sorry. I seen the time. I didn't know if I was gonna be crazy. We got three minutes.
Minutes.
Yeah.
So, just to speak about the pollination, like I did do a bunch of artist photos for other people, which was cool. And I did get to talk Vice into, I don't know, just
Let me
publishing
shoot some
some
shit.
of my work because I went to Perturbator's show. And I took like one of my favorite portraits of all time, which is just him like holding a rose, which
Oh, it's
we shot
great.
in my apartment. But I was like, I love that he's like portrayed as this like super tough metal dude, but I'm gonna make him into like this anime ship
Oh yeah,
version of himself.
well, there's enough side projects to show the other sides, that's for sure.
Hmm.
Right? But
It's
yeah,
true.
man. I haven't talked to that fool in forever. I think the last time I talked to him was in like 2019. It was cool because the world was
Yeah,
ending then.
probably same.
It felt cooler back then.
We're
I
back, baby.
got another drink. What are you drinking on now? It's all slapped up.
Um, it's water,
Okay.
but it looks like Baja Blast.
Yeah, that's the best one. You get the Blast freezies, or you just like the drink itself? You ever
I
get
didn't
that?
even know that existed, and I've also never had a Baja Blast.
How you know about it then?
I'm culturally aware.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, well, I got news for you. They got orange ones, they got red Fanta ones, and they got a yeah Baja Blast one. That's sick. All right. Well, now it's time for the nitty gritty, the
Whew.
dope second round.
Okay.
How was it working with me on Six Underground? How did this
Oh my.
collab happen?
Oh, it was
Where'd
the
it come
worst
from?
experience of my life. No, that's
Do
not true.
tell.
No, no. Uh, it was good. I feel like it came out of what seemed to be nowhere.
Yeah, well, okay, to be fair, it kind of was a idea. Like, okay, so I was blazing, I was gonna quit, and then I blazed one, and I was like, man, I don't know why I always gotta do this stuff, like, like, because I was thinking about the whole, like, man, I'm always doing 80s stuff. I'm always, around all these 80s cats. Blah, blah, blah. Why don't I do like a 90s thing with someone who's already 80s, whatever, whatever. And I was like, why don't I hit up Haley? She's singing on all these songs. She says like 800 synthwave songs. Like, why don't we do some 90s shit? So then I hit up Flux because I think he mentioned, I think we were shooting the shit, and then in the conversation he mentioned, getting on the stream with you and stuff. I was like, oh, that's Haley. Tell her I said hi, and that was it.
Hmm.
And now we're
There
on
we
this
go.
whirlwind adventure, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like your voice really fit the thing like way almost too well. I was like, ooh, it's almost like scary how like close it is. Like for real. I mean, like you could play them back to back, but you're like, nah, this one's got something. It's got things.
It's got things happening. Yeah, when you suggested this song, I was like, "Oh my God, if this is in my range, like we're golden." And
Yeah.
then I was singing along with it. I was like, "Yep, I
That
have
was
ideas. I have ideas and I really want to do this." And also, it just happened to be like you reached out at a time when I actually had time to do collaborations. Um,
Great.
there are so many times where there are things that I do think sound sick and I've had to say no. Like,
Right. Last time I hit
um,
you up, it wasn't no. I'm just kidding. I hit you up
I mean,
long ass time, but
probably,
you're probably hella busy then, though. That was probably your like super busy, no, no, no thing
yeah.
back those
And
days.
that's the unfortunate reality of like being an artist, but then also having a day job and
Yeah, you
like
gotta get to what's real.
all this shit. But yeah, so I always tell people like if I say no, don't assume it's because I think it's shitty or that I don't want to work with you.
Yeah.
Granted, sometimes I say no because of that, but
Right? But
but
they'll never know, right? I'll never tell.
but most of the time it is like I have to really be into it to like make time for it because
Yeah, that's
it's
why
there's
I was
so
off.
many other things. However, I was so happy to make time for this and I'm really, really excited with how it turned out. Like the production was amazing.
Thank
And
you.
usually when I work with, I guess it depends. Usually when I work with people, they don't have a clear sense of what they want the vocals to sound like.
Mm.
So it was nice to have that you like had more of an idea of what you wanted from the original track and like
Yeah,
um,
like the vision, how it's
where to
gonna go
go
out. Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. So I was like, it was cool. It was actually cool to truly collaborate and it's not just like I'll contribute this piece, you
You
do
do
this
whatever, I
piece.
do whatever, and then
It's
duct
like
tape. You know, like
yeah, there was like more of a conversation. And every time you like sent a new version of the production, I was like, this is crazy.
it's
I couldn't
getting way
believe that.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell you put a lot of attention to detail into that.
I freaking man, I swear I felt like by the end of that cover, I was like a stalker of the band and everybody's personal lives. I was just like, I
Mm,
gotta know every fucking thing that led to these influences being the ones that were chosen. And then,
wow.
because it's just like when I was thinking about because Tony mastered it and everything, I was thinking about the lineage of all those trip hop artists and like how its own type of world of genre, even though it's a genre hybrid that's like dedicated. You know what I mean? It's like
Hmm.
hip hop, and trip hop is trip hop, and it's cool and it's dark enough to be slightly gothic and alternative also. But then I thought like what I was gonna contribute to that original song was just like, why don't we just make a trip hop song that's more hip hop than the trip part, but then make the trip part really trip you for like a minute,
Mm.
and like snap you back into place and shit. So like, yeah, it was just really cool because like at the onset, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do my thing. She's gonna do my thing, and then we'll just duct tape it. And then like as we were going along, I was like, no, it has to be, it has to be
Hmm.
greater than this and stuff. And it really came out great. I think one of my favorite parts is when in the middle of the song when you say "talk me down," that part
Hmm.
feels like it's like it almost not breaking character, but it almost has a different tonality in spirit, kind of. And I feel like it adds, I don't know, it just adds something more to the vocal than just hard lyrics with a voice. It's kind of gritty. It's like it adds like wiggle room between like the dynamic of you're saying the vulnerability thing. Not
Mm.
necessarily like it's just such a vulnerability thing, but it's like it's very human part of that part. When as opposed to the original where it's a solid performance all the way through, but
Hmm.
there's not a lot of going around that. So it was just cool to like elevate the dramatic parts of what those lyrics are bringing to the table. And like,
Yes. Yeah, thank you. I was
yeah,
thinking about that because the lyrics are
that's what's going on.
fairly, they're like fairly, a lot of them are simple. And then that's a section where it's a lot more, there's a lot more like
So,
the lyrics are pretty apathetic all the way through. And then
yeah.
that's like, there's like this like struggle happening. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, at that point too, I was like, how do I take the root of this and then do something that's more emotive and interesting? So,
Yeah, see, that's where I felt like you made it your own for real. Because I mean, there's a million singers that can hit the notes and do the things and da 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 da. But I was looking for a vocal that would like provide more than just, hey, I recognize that. You know?
Yes.
I'm like, I think I think the true nature of like getting a vocalist on or actually producing something properly for a vocalist is to allow, I guess, okay, let me put it to you this way. It's like Frank Sinatra, right? He didn't write all those songs. When he sang those songs how he was meant to sing those songs, you felt like he
Mm,
was in it and you felt like you were
mm.
in it with him. That's that's basically why I hit you up to do this. And I feel like you delivered it with this freaking song because it just, it's a what, 28-year-old song. Freaking right now, you listen to it, feels like you're in like the driver's seat of that, like at the windshield of what that shit feels like. And it's a very real feeling. I did all the research and the education. And it's like, I'm trapped in a freaking small town. I'm still in the same damn town I came up with. I didn't come be all Hollywood or nothing. And like things ended up cool, but I still feel some of that, like some of that feeling of like, I'm gonna break out. Things are
Yeah.
gonna get way bigger than this. But like, it's crazy because it's like if you think about the talented personnel we got on this thing, you know what I mean? From in-house, it's crazy, but I feel like we
Yeah.
brought all the parts that they would have on some indie shit, which is also it's like a double layer thing. It's like
Mm.
it's like the original is a remix from one of the producers that they wanted to like get extra commercial with, but ours is a cover of that remix that was it's weird. It's like a
Wow.
multi-layered um underground thing, but the original wasn't underground. It was made by George producer, all this stuff.
Yeah. No,
So
that's
it's
cool
cool to
because I
do
was
it,
checking out the credits too, and I'm like, I'm so fascinated
right?
to see like what the original was
You
then.
you want to know a fun fact about the producer of that particular version of Six Underground, Nelly
Mm,
Hooper? He,
mm.
he produced Back to Life, Back to Reality. He also produced
Ooh.
What You Waiting For, Gwen Stefani, and he
Mm-hmm.
also produced I mean those early Massive Attack songs, those Blue Line songs. I think like a lot of them that was
Wow.
him. So like it was crazy to get the engineer did that to do the shit to our shit because it's like I didn't think it was gonna sound quintessentially 90s, but I knew that the crunch was gonna be captured in this way where like it wouldn't be distorted. Do you know how like when you make something, how you really want to make it and mix it the right way, and it just crunches just right, and then you get
Mm-hmm.
it to mastering, and like it's almost like the gain staging or the noise floor or something just makes that certain grit that you made not the same cozy grit. It's like way overblown and like all the way up here.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make sure that like the dude who was like maximizing this song like had that sensibility of like keep it what it is, just get it exactly. And there's a lot of
Yes.
little changes in there. Like, what's your favorite instrument in that? What's your favorite part in that song, and what's like your favorite instrument in the beat?
The talk me down bit is also probably my favorite. And then um instrument, I barely noticed it in the original, but in our version, that like distorted guitar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy because when I hear it, I'm like, mine's not distorted enough. There's this like it's like crazy guttural like jugular freaking that acoustic guitar, by the way, that's like ding ding ding. That part, it doesn't sound like that when I had to program it in. I freaking the actual sound is like jung 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 jung. But I had to like chop it like hip hop style, to like chop it piece by piece and
Oh,
then play it back together
wow.
so it goes ding ding ding. It doesn't go like that. It's halftime. I had to chop it so that it goes double time like you're strumming it.
Wow.
It's a lot of little stupid things, like all the dub flourishes and like and that's only in the
Mm,
beginning.
yeah.
Oh, it's just crazy when you have to copy paste all the sequences. You got to go back to all those sequences and erase all that shit. And it was nerve wracking as hell, but
Oh,
yeah,
because
it's
you
totally
did it
worth it.
all on your sampler?
Yeah, it's all on the MPC. Just freaking
That's fucking crazy.
at the end.
That's insane to me. It's absolutely insane to me.
It's to be fair, I used it in tandem with my laptop. So I would get
Well,
different
yeah.
sounds from like the hard drive of Doom, and then I would just I'd bring them into the MPC, chop them up perfectly, then align it with the tracker so that I knew it was on when I pressed space, and then let it rip. But near the end of it, when we got your vocal fully with the five things, and then the version 1.4, I freaking I went back over it. So like that breakdown with the phasey bit and the feedback, it's
Mm,
great. I had to go back in with the guitar with the guitar feedback and track it like at trackers and shit. I had
mhm.
to I had to basically code it back in as a tracker to do the same delay effect that I was doing with the MPC where it goes like four steps down. So it was crazy. It was one of the first songs where like I like hybrid workflow DAW shit, but it's cool. Ultimate nerd stuff.
It sounds great. Like, um, not that I think like I think maybe only with some like hardware techno stuff, it's like pretty obvious like what tools people are using. So
Yeah.
it's just crazy because um yeah, to see like how you make beats and then it just sounds like a very controlled studio track.
Yeah,
Um
like that's what's crazy about it. Like when I imagine it, I imagine like the room and like someone was in the room and they're recording and da 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 da. And like I'm behind the glass, like like
yes.
but like it's so I made it in the corner of like my room with my fan on the whole time, freaking headphones. I mixed it all in headphones and then like, I do this thing now where I flip. Like with the MPC, the reason why I like it is because you could flip from listening to your headphones to listening on the outside little shitty speakers.
Hmm.
And so I don't even, the way I mix is like there's a middle point between those two systems. That's the
Yes.
truth.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Either one of these are lies. Like those
Hmm.
shitty speakers, they're freaking lying to me. And the freaking headphones, these ones are lying to me too, because it makes the bass so crazy. All these headphones make the bass so crazy. Is that why you rock AKGs? Because it's like flat? Like you just get the
Um,
mid, kind of low mid.
I didn't even like think too hard about these are like my like everyday listening kind of
Okay.
um they're just comfortable to wear for a long time
Yeah.
usually. But I have a couple of other um pairs that I use, but that's about it.
When do you switch them? When do you like to check mixes or like at the end stage or check it on the going in to mastering stage? You
Um
check it.
well, definitely if I'm going to be doing recording, like I'll switch into my closed back headphones just so there's no bleed. But then
Mm.
yeah, it's usually towards the point where I'm starting to feel like it's done and I'm starting to tweak things. And I want to feel a little bit more sure about what it really sounds like. But yeah, my other
That
headphones,
seems
like the bass is way crazier, and I'm like, uh-oh, did I
do you
do something wrong?
do you listen on those headphones with certain songs? Like if you got like Miami bass, you're like, oh, I know what I gotta listen to this. You put this on. Or is it like
No, it's usually just um pretty random,
different
pretty
eras of
random.
headphones? That's what I do.
Mm,
I graduate certain sets and I'm like, oh, this is the most expensive. I guess I'll just have this one. A
mm,
long time. But yeah, enough of that stuff. I got a couple other ones. When you're not making music or retouching photos, what else are
mm.
you up to?
What else am I up to? I
It's the
will
dirt.
probably be going out to see the odd show, the odd musical thing is
Okay.
a pretty consistent thing. Um, though it does get a little tiring when you're like
Yeah,
staying out till like 2 a.m. or
yeah,
longer,
yeah.
like
On that
multiple
bender.
times a
Tell me
week.
about.
But it's very nice. Like there's a really good community of producers and artists here and like a lot of really good shows on all the time. So I do that. I go support my friends when I can and um Yeah, shout out to Frequencies, which is a monthly like electronic showcase that happens um in Toronto. It's
See, that's cool.
always
You
super
actually got
interesting.
shit. I don't got shit around here. It's just like we got this place called the Stampede, and like I guess they have some hip hop night on Fridays where like they play like three hip hop songs from like '92, and then they make
Hmm.
these like weird trap country hybrids. I hate that place. They have the worst tacos ever.
Oh no, bad tacos and trap
Hey, I want some
country.
country. Hey, I want some country. They do that type of they do that type of shit. This is where I'm at. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a very unique place to grow
Yeah.
up and want to make techno music. That's why, in order to make electronic music, I had to get hit by a car to consider it.
Oh.
I before I did any of this, I was playing like bass guitar on the street, trying to like get some tips and stuff. Into I had a hat and I had a guitar amp, and I'd like slap bass and I'd do covers. Sometimes I make like $25. Sometimes I make like $35. Sometimes if I go to farmers market, it'd be like $50, or like the mall, $55. But yeah, I got hit by a car on the way
No.
on the way over there, and I was like, man, let me see about that techno stuff. I bet they do it all on the computer or something. So that's what brings me here.
Wow. Damn, that's a violent entry into the scene.
Yeah,
I'm
God,
sorry to hear that, but
God
I'm also
bless that
glad you
paraplegic woman.
I'm glad that you like got an entry point.
Because I mean, before that, it was just like, how it was with like MySpace and like MySpace bands. It was like during that time, it was kind of like, oh, me and my brother were kind of doing MySpace band thing,
Mm,
and like could never really find like a drummer that was like good enough. Like
yeah.
it's a Wild West. And you had to find like a band back in the day. You'd hear some garage playing like some music or something. You wouldn't know if it was them playing it or they're playing it back. And like,
Mm.
anyway, it was just the whole damn thing. But I got a couple deeper questions for you. Check this
Oh.
out. This is about time, 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 time. Do you think the younger generation of artists will save us, or is it up to the older generation to lead the way correctly?
Oh my God. I mean, this is like just the general question with
With
everything.
everything, yeah. So what is it? What's it gonna be?
Um, what do I think? Um, what would make a good and interesting answer? Obviously, obviously it's both, but
Right? We kill all the old people and we just see
I
what they got for
mean,
us.
part
Right?
of our part of our role is to become irrelevant a little bit in some
How
ways.
so?
Like like the ideas that um is it precede us or what's the word I'm looking for that come after us like should
Yeah.
hopefully be more interesting and like obviously informed by the past, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm not putting a whole lot of hope in like all young people because there are plenty of
Yeah.
old people who grow up to be uh, terrible
Just as
and
terrible
like
damages.
like it's it's less I think it's less a question of age and more about character.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. What's
I'm
in your heart?
sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't take the bait.
What? No, you're what? There was bait in that question. What about let me see. I got another one. Do you think do you think synthwave is the future, or do you think like 90s 2000s revivalism is the future, or do you think all these things kind of go in like a 30 or 20-year loop?
I think yeah, I think it's the loop.
Yeah,
It's
it's the
definitely the
loop.
loop. It's the nostalgia loop.
Because when they feel like left behind, then somebody's got to catch up, and then those people end up making all this revivalism.
Yeah, and again, as like you have more people being born and being nostalgic for different things, like
That's true.
it's all it's all a loop.
Do you think anyone's going to be nostalgic about 2024 and like this terrible, terrible time, or do you think it's going to be like some book note in history where like, oh, go to chapter 3, you're going to see how we all fucked up?
No, I think they will because I think about like how old I was when 9/11 happened and like
Mm,
basically the ripple effect that that event had on the world and how so many people were like there was so much political activism happening and
mm.
I was just a kid so I didn't see any of that and I was just like I like the Spice Girls and like
Yeah,
fucking
Magic School
like
Bus.
yeah, Mariah
Yeah,
Carey and so I was attracted to all the like shiny trivial shit because like part of nostalgia is it's almost like a nostalgia about like this innocence and ignorance where
yeah,
you literally
blissful.
even in high school too that's like a crazy to be a teenager is wild because you're not really you're still a kid but you get to experience a level of independence that like lets you just focus on still being like pretty free creatively and like all the heaviness hasn't really like for many people like I don't want to like paint everyone with the same brush, but like for a lot of people, you're still just like fucking around. Like that's
Yeah,
what I was doing. So I'm like nostalgic for that time as well, but it's literally just nostalgic for being like as selfish as possible.
yeah, that's fair, right? It's like it's almost like yeah, self-indulgent kind of a, when I think of nostalgia, I think about like how much I didn't used to know and how much I was happier for it.
Hmm.
Now I'm like, 30, I know everything and it fucking weighs me down every day. But like, before it was just like, oh, I have to wake up at 6. Oh, that's the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
Now,
like
now it's
everybody
like
else
I never
is,
sleep.
yeah, everybody else is kind of like telling you how you should live your life to a certain degree.
Yeah,
So,
and it hasn't stopped to a certain degree.
yeah, I guess I feel I feel like that's not the case for me, and it's like I'm
Oh,
almost
that's
more
totally fine.
paralyzed by it.
Oh, why? Because it's like everything's scary, and like every one move that you make might like break your femur.
It's like there's not very much structure to my life unless like I create it somehow. And maybe this is partially an ADHD problem is like
Let me know.
giving yourself that structure so that you're not like floating around like a little amoeba.
Yeah, it gets destructive after a while. The health thing and the sleep thing and the sleep schedule thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty okay with
You're
it.
good with that.
I can bounce and I can rise to the occasion when I must. But
Right? Yeah, I'm a mutant at this point. It's like like I sleep in when I want to, but if there's something that has to get done, I'm like, what? Like
hmm
Halloween. Mike
yeah,
Myers just like you know. But
yes.
yeah, structure is good. Too much of it, it just awakens the rebellious, like, fuck you. You can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
In everything.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I had another question. Let me see. How do you find inspiration after you've done a particular style before? Because I don't think you like to repeat yourself all the time.
Oh,
I feel like you like to change it up.
yeah. I mean, I I think I just get inspired by the other producers that I meet and like the shows that I see and like the music that I find like if it's something, excuse me, that I've like really slept on, for example, that UTFO record, I'm like it becomes a fun exercise to try to produce like using the same techniques when you are hearing it with like that voracious, excited energy of like hearing it for the first time or like
Yeah, the
really
recipe ears.
feeling it. The recipe ears. But then also other times it literally just comes from me fucking around in one song and like trying to make a sound that fits it and then becoming obsessed with it and being like, hey, it's not right for this, but I need to start a new song where this weird synth blipping that I've programmed is like
That
the
happens all the
bedrock
time.
for it.
That
Yeah.
happens all the freaking time, and I go off so many crazy tangents. I did that once when I was doing the Six Underground thing. I made a different string sound, and I was like, "This one's too killer for this one. We gotta,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta put
Mm-hmm.
that in the treasure trove." But yeah, I mean, I just love it so much. Like, what's your favorite part of producing, really? Like, if you didn't have to sing on it or do any vocal stuff,
Mm-hmm.
what's your other favorite part of producing on a
Oh yeah,
technical nerd out?
definitely singing is not my favorite part of it.
Okay, okay. I was gonna say that sounds
Um,
stressful.
I think I think like figuring out percussion and like weird like little weird elements, like weird sonic elements to throw in has been really fun and like programming delays and reverbs and things that I can modulate or do like little performances with so that they like have a little bit of variation, I think is like my new favorite thing, which is
Yeah,
very,
but
I feel like it's so basic to be like, I get excited about echo and reverb, but
it's
I
great.
really
There's so
like
many
it.
different ways to do it. Like there's like the hard coded way where it's like the same sound and you're just putting in different values of velocity. And like
Hmm.
that's my favorite kind. That's that hip hop like da da da, and you know it's the same
Mm,
sound being triggered, and it sounds very like artificial, but like you could just move it in places. Like you could just take your whole reverb because it's just those sounds and then just push those sounds over there instead of like
mm.
clocking in the dry wet and then like making it like fade out nice, which is cool sometimes. But I nerd out on those like just those really intricate, like almost polyrhythm parts where you get something that's just not even a part of the same sound set. And they all jumble up together to where like
Mm.
the in-betweens of them are like really groovy and stuff. I'll spend
Yeah.
like 3 hours getting that right before I put the kick on it. You know, it's crazy, but
Yeah. No, it's like finding space for like within whatever tempo that you've chosen and like really maximizing this, like what you can do with it. Obviously, not saying fill it all up, but
yeah,
yeah, that's pretty fun for me. Yeah.
and I got. Oh wait, I got more questions. Um, I'm gonna ask you a selfish question. Is that okay?
Uh-oh.
What do you like about my music? What makes me cool enough to work with? What's your favorite song that I did?
What's my favorite song from you?
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know.
Now you're
Like,
not.
is it a cop out? I think it might be a cop out answer, but
What?
genuinely, it is our track.
Okay, okay, okay. That works. I like it.
I'm sorry. It's
It's
like,
fine. A bunch of
it's
people covered
definitely
it.
the most, it feels like one of the more like, I don't know, just feels like really rich
Yeah, it
to
feels like
me.
a real song. It's like I made a bunch of real songs before, but this one feels like a real song for some reason. I don't know. I can't shake it. It's just like, yeah, those songs are cool, but this is like a real, like, put it on something
Yeah.
song.
And I know, and like, I hope that's not a blow to the ego at
Oh,
all.
yeah, no
Like,
problem. No, it's happened the other time.
since it's a cover,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but in terms of like,
We did the work though.
yeah,
It's like
no, and
the old
that's what
work.
like comes through in it. Um, and yeah, like I
Yeah,
wanted to work with you because like the music that you make, like I feel like we're similar in the way that we both had a hot minute where we were very into that like 80s sound.
yeah, like
And we're
late
like,
80s.
for me, it was kind of like I was talking about when you hear something with fresh ears and you're like, how can I do that? I love these sounds. I love it. And it's like this
Yeah,
genuine excitement.
obsession for like 3 months or something. Yeah,
Yeah. And then after a while, you're like, okay, I know how to do that. Let's do something else.
yeah, that's what it is. It's like I almost have like style ADD where it's like if I get it, if I figure it out, if I break it down, if I can strip it apart, put it back together again, all right, let's get to another
Yeah.
sandwich.
And it's funny because like I never thought that I would be making anything that sounded 80s again, but I'm working on a remix right now and it's like very like
Like
freestyle
just go to.
inspired. And it's like, oh, this actually is also pretty synthwave. But so I think there's always, obviously, like with any genre that we're into, it will pop up and like
Yeah.
that's something we'll do. But it's just not going to be part of our identity as an artist. Like,
Yeah, because I mean, I tried all the things that were supposed to make me cool in 2012, and it didn't. And then I ended up like just getting really good at 80s because I mean, like my biggest song, Knock Knock, it was me trying to make a dubstep bass, and then it didn't work out, and then I made it down tempo, and I was like, oh, Italo disco already does this. These are all these weird
mm,
sounds. Where does this come from? Oh, this made tech house or something later on, and I was like, okay, well, why don't I just do all this at like down tempo and make a house
mm,
song or whatever. But like, yeah, it's just cool how like certain elements they seem to reflect on like the individual more than I mean, every time you try something as a musician, you're like, oh yeah, this is it.
yeah,
Send.
yeah, yeah.
But only certain things have stuck. And like I didn't expect the hip hop thing to stick because I just thought like, man, I'm such a nerd. Like I don't really think there's a gangster side of this, but there is, and it'll come out if you do it long enough. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
yeah.
was there anything that you like found about yourself through the actual music, like after like maybe 10, 12, 13 songs or something, you're like, wow, this is actually a part of my character, I didn't think that was in me, or da 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 da, or you end up like sticking up for yourself in a moment where you thought you wouldn't, be like, that's because of the
Oh, yeah.
music.
Yeah. I mean, my, I think my music has always been like the spot where I would put a lot of my like, it was a good way to like process frustration
Mm,
or anger or like anything else that like in the moment I would be like, hmm okay. And then I would like go to my room and be like, fuck all that.
yeah.
Ah. Like
No, fuck off.
just process it, but like and maybe not like have a full on rage, but like do something that made me feel like very sure of myself and like very
Yeah,
like like obviously it's like making music is like weirdly almost like masturbating because
it
it's
is.
like
Well,
it's literally like you're getting so much pleasure from it and it's like I don't know, for me, you're doing it alone and like it's a very individual experience
yeah,
and like there's like a release there. Weird
right.
analogy, but it works. And
What? Sorry.
it's okay. But anyway, the thing that I've learned through making music is like the more I become like confident with it and being like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna try something else. Even though it like may feel silly to show someone, like to have somebody else listen to it and be like, no, actually, this is sick. And you're like,
Yeah,
great. What an amazing experience it is for you to also see the thing that I was seeing in it. And yeah,
right.
when
That's
you're talking
that's
about
the real
like,
magic. Oh, what?
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like trying to bring it back to what you're saying about like being surprised by yourself. Yeah, I was like recording some raps like basically for fun because wanted to produce like, I don't know, like I was doing more
Direction.
electro and then that led into hip hop and I was like, this is really dumb and really fun and also kind of sick. So that's been a
It's
fun surprise.
Yeah, I think well, I mean, if you go through history and everything, it lines up just perfectly. Like all the
Yeah.
skills, I looked at all the pioneers, they were all into house before they went hip hop, 90s, I'm gonna beat you up, I'm gonna kill you. All those
Mm,
guys were like, oh well, I like craft work and I like Uncle Jam's Army and all that stuff. And it's just cool to see like I don't know. I think music for me for real gave me like a sense of purpose, like a direction in my life, and then also like something I could uh to stick up for myself about when people try to dog on me and shit. You know what I mean? Like
mm,
and all that stuff. But it just seems to like constantly grow into this thing where like, man, look at all these cool people I get to freaking talk to. Look at all these all around the world, cool people
Hmm.
that are just aligned in the fact of making cool shit. And like it just keeps getting cooler like that. So I mean, yeah, no, I'm really grateful to be able to like just make music that's understood. Cause I mean, I am kind of a very cynical person. I freaking am a lot closed off and shit, but like, it didn't start that way. It just kind of ended up being that way after so much, I don't, the committee shit, and like
Mm.
for every like, yo, that's really cool, you should keep doing that I held on to, there wasn't equally, that song was really cool, do this again, do this again, do this again, and then that nightmare comes up. It's like, one trick pony, only one box,
Hmm.
do you ever have that fear, that pigeonholed fear, or you've broken it like a good couple of times, you don't worry
I
about that?
think I think after I released my first album, I was really worried about it. Because I've been doing like synthwave for so long, and I was like, ooh, this album is actually me getting rid of a lot of my old stuff, and like I want to do other things. But I also learned that when people like now when people are like, oh, I really love your like first album
Mhm.
or older things, I'm like, I think it's valid, and I'm still like proud of that work.
Mhm.
I don't think it means that anything I'm doing now isn't good. It's literally just more popular.
Yeah,
And
like
it comes from a good place. Like, I think being
Haley,
in,
we're about we got
oh, less than 1 minute.
less than 1 minute, those
Oh, shit.
bastards.
Okay, well, never mind.
Well, I'm sorry, we gotta wrap this shit up. But it's been a pleasure. It's been a delight.
It's
It's
been
been an
lovely.
honor. So, do you have
Thank
anything
you.
else you want to say to the people in case it runs out in a minute?
Thank you for having me. This has been sick.
Okay, we'll double that, and we'll catch you on the flip and
Yes,
stuff. And check out our song, damn it, please, please do.
please.